Hello, everyone. Welcome to your mind body practice today. My name is Jackie, and I'm going to guide you through this grounding practice today. So, a couple of things before we start. It could be helpful if you have yoga blocks like this. You could bring those to your space, your mat on the floor. You could also use a folded up blanket, a blanket like this, which is a yoga blanket. The other thing that works really well is a beach towel or another towel or a blanket. You could also use cushions or books in lieu of blocks, but either one is not really necessary for the practice. They can just be helpful to support your body in some of the shapes that we're going to be in today. So, as I said, we're going to focus today on a grounding practice. Really, what that means is we're just going to be anchoring our awareness, our attention in the body and in the different shapes and in our breathing. And the benefit of this is we're going to be taking our attention really away from our thinking mind, and we're going to start to use more of our senses, right? And kind of the feels of what's happening in the body. And this is meant to be a practice of non judgment, just of awareness. And so it's a learning, it's a teaching, and it's a practice. And if you've done this many times or if you've done this for the first time, the guidelines are the same. You're going to do what you can based on listening to your body. So your body will tell you if something's not right, you can just rest or back off and just be very aware of what's happening. That's part of the benefit of the practice. And we're going to be moving slowly, and this is appropriate for all levels. And always just leave behind what doesn't feel right. So you can pause this now and go to grab a blanket if you like, or you can just go ahead and join me. I'm going to begin the practice today on my back. So we're going to be lying down. And as you lie down, you're going to just make sure your shoulders come as close to the floor as possible. Move these blocks out of the way so you can see me a bit better. I'm going to have my blanket just handy. So you can see I'm just letting my shoulders come down, the arms stretch out, letting my feet and my lower back come toward the floor. And we'll just begin here. You can close the eyes if that's comfortable for you. And I always recommend this if you're comfortable because you'll be able to feel a little bit more with the eyes closed. So I want you to just take a moment and just feel the weight of your body against the floor. Feel the weight of your feet against the floor. Feel the weight of your head against the floor. And the weight of your arms. Just take a moment to let your body rest against the floor instead of resisting it or moving away. Move toward that support. So that connection between your body and the ground is being grounded or being connected. Your awareness is on this connection in the body. So just feel all the places where your body touches the floor. Just notice that as more of a sensation. Take a moment just to notice how the body feels in this shape. Are there any adjustments you might want to make here? Or are you comfortable? Take a moment and be aware of your face starting to relax around your eyes. Just see if you can relax the expression on your face. And then bring awareness to the shoulders. Are you able to allow the shoulders to move down and away from your ears? And then notice the belly and the hips. As the hips reach gently down, see if you can soften the belly at all. Feel the legs relax. And let the bottoms of the feet just open up into the mat or into the floor. So now as we relax the body a little bit, you might notice there's a deeper connection between your body and the floor. Maybe you notice other parts of your body that feel tense. Try to find some ease in those parts. There's no judgment here. You'll just notice if you can't relax, and that's okay too. This is just an awareness. And a knowing of your reality. There's not a need to make it right or wrong, good or bad. So now we'll add an awareness of our breathing. So can you just be aware of your breath as it is? Where you feel or notice your breathing. Now I'm going to invite you to deepen your breathing. So take a bigger inhale through your nose. And then breathe out through your mouth. And again, inhaling through your nose. And breathing out gently and slowly through your mouth. Continue this way on your own for the next few breaths. If it starts to feel weird or you get anxious, slow it down or stop altogether. The way we breathe affects the way we feel. You might start to notice that the in-breath brings the feeling of lifting or expanding, and the out-breath brings the feeling of releasing, anchoring, or grounding. So you get a little closer to the ground here as you breathe out. See if you can experience that now with your breath. So this grounding breath can help us feel safer, more present. And this way of breathing helps slow us down. Try just maybe one or two more of these grounding breaths. And now you can breathe in your natural rhythm at your natural pace. Bring your awareness back toward your body. Once again, feeling your spine connect to the floor. Just noticing any changes or any differences. We'll check in periodically during the class and just be aware of any effects of the practice. So everyone's different. Everyone responds differently, and we're looking for those things that help us feel more present, more connected, that slow us down a bit. From here, we'll begin to change the shape of our body just slightly. So keeping your left foot as it is, just pick up your right foot and draw it in, your knee in. Take your hands, wrap gently around it, just guide that knee in. Gently letting your lower back reach toward the mat, toward the floor. So you'll feel a little bit more grounding in that right side. And then let your right ankle come just above your left knee. Letting your right knee relax a little bit and feel your whole lower back stay on the ground here. Now, as we pause, let's try taking a few slower, longer, and deeper breaths. This time, see if you can breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. So it's all the way in and all the way out to feel that sensation of grounding. We're really slowing down and taking time to be aware, to feel and to breathe. Now let's take that right foot back to the earth, back to the ground, place it down, feel it, and then bring your left knee in, gently guide. Left side of the lower back pressing down. Good, and then taking the left ankle to cross above the right knee. Letting the whole lower back come down, you can let your arms rest here and focus more on your breathing. Your eyes can be closed or open. And then let's place the left foot back on the ground. And take your feet a little wider apart now on the mat, as far as you can, and bring your heels a little closer in, and then let your knees bump toward one another. See if you can stretch your arms out a little wider and turn your palms upward. And then close your eyes for a moment, or if you're not closing the eyes, just sense your upper and lower back, so that space between your shoulder blades and your sacral area. And let these two parts of your body reach down toward the mat. Focus on 3 deeper breaths here. These are all invitations and guidances. You can modify, take more, take less. This is your practice. Just keep coming back to that feeling of anchoring or grounding in your body or your breathing. And as you're ready, separate your knees now. Keeping your feet wide on the mat, your knees will come right over your ankles. Now pay attention to keep your shoulders grounded and lower both knees toward the left. You can feel your knees reaching toward the floor. You can turn your head one way or the other. But feel your shoulders also reaching down. Just feel the weight. And then come back up. Turning your head upward, feel your feet pressing down your shoulders, and then moving your knees to the right. Again, listen to your body, see where your head wants to go. Take deep, slow breaths. And you'll hear these same cues as I reinforce our theme of grounding. And as we reinforce that theme, it'll get easier and easier for some of us to focus on that characteristic in our body. So now we'll bring our feet closer together. And then start to bring the knees up if you can. We'll take and wrap the arms around the knees and just gently guide in. And then this should help us feel our spine reach down a little bit more from the back of the head down to the tailbone. And if it feels okay, you can go from side to side a little bit, kind of giving the spine a little bit of massage or helping it to release deeper. And you can move in any way that feels good for you here. Just go slow and listen to your body. So we have lots of time in life to go fast, to get things done. Here we're paying attention and we're slowing down. Now take your right arm out to the right and then release your whole body to the right side of your mat. We call this fetal position. So you'll come into a little ball here, and if you can, bring one palm on top of the other. If you can't, that's okay. You can use your arm like a pillow. You're going to pause here for one mindful breath. Just kind of checking in with yourself, as we'll do periodically, with a sense of mindful awareness, which just means we're being curious about what's happening. And then use a hand against the ground to help yourself up gently and come to a seated position. Now, for some of us, it's easier to sit up on a bit of a height, and that's why we use a towel or a blanket, but you don't have to. Again, I'm going to take that and sit up on it. And then come into a cross leg position. Again, if this is not possible for you, you can extend the legs. It's your practice. Figure out how you can sit. But here we're going to continue to practice grounding from a seated position now. So we're going to feel our sitting bones root down and then lift up through the crown of the head. The hands can stay on the knees and kind of help you stay supported here. Now, again, eyes closed if you are able and comfortable to feel the sensation of grounding against the floor. And you can even imagine here as if your sitting bones have roots growing down into the floor. So they're going to keep you very steady while we move the upper body a little bit more. So try to keep that awareness. Now see if you can lift your hands and bring them together. So now we no longer have the support of the hands on the knees, but we can use a little support in the core here. So if you engage the core, and from here, keeping connected, let's lift the arms. And then we'll just lower and bring the hands back together. Relax the shoulders. And again, root and rise. So you'll root and then lengthen. And then come back down and feel kind of a settling as you come back down. And lift up. Feel that stretch coming from your roots. And now take your right arm and let your right hand rest on the floor. And just lift your left arm up slightly. If you close your eyes, you'll feel if you've lifted up a little bit, and I want you to just press back down through your sitting bones. Take one full breath in and out. So if you're listening to your body, you'll be able to make adjustments. Like if it hurts or if I went too far, I can back off. And if I'm not feeling quite enough, I can go further, right? So this is just practice of listening to your body. Press your right away, lift up, and then take your left hand down. And again, reach over, not to see how far you can stretch, but just to feel that rooting and grounding sensation. Okay, breathe in and out. Now press away with the left and reach up. See if you can feel your hands touching together. Again, staying rooted through the lower body. You can maybe look up toward the sky or toward your hands, but stay connected with your lower body. This makes us feel present, right? We know we're here. And then we can bring our hands back down as we relax our shoulders, our face. And we take a moment and a breath of awareness. I'm here now. Good. And then we'll take our hands down to the knees. We'll look down if we're sitting in cross leg. Generally, we have one ankle that will always come in front of the other. And as you're practicing more with me, I will bring attention and awareness to this. So we have lots of habits that we become aware of in our practice, which is a good thing. Okay, that's the whole purpose. So let's root again. Feel the roots. You might have to move around a little bit. Okay, hands on the knees to start. Same process here. Lengthening up, rooting down, getting really settled. Feeling weighted, anchored. Bring the hands together. Go back to that. Reach up, staying rooted. This time we're going to bring the hands forward, so palms face forward. And we're going to start to come down, down, down. Hands touch the floor. And then without ruining that grounding feeling, we're going to reach forward as far as we can and start to bow the head further down toward the ground. Now, don't be surprised if you can only get a little bit. It's okay. But I want you to more listen into your body. See if you can stay here for a couple of moments of breathing. Now, when I say breathing, I mean more conscious, more deeper breaths where we're focused on that grounding sensation. Now, let's see if we can take our hands off to the right and root down through that left side. And then walk back towards center, and then walk off to the left, staying grounded through the right side. And then coming back through center and walking your hands back toward the sitting bones. And now we're going to sit up tall. We're going to do a little breath and movement practice here where I want you to really focus on staying connected while we move through the upper body. Bringing the hands together, breathing in to lift, breathing out to open. Breathing in to lift and touch. Breathing out to bring hands to heart. Again, breathing in to lift. Breathing out to open. Breathing in to connect. Breathing out to lower. And then a moment of quiet awareness. Good. Then we're going to go ahead and uncross our legs. So as we do this, you could stay on a height. I'm going to come off mine now. See what feels better for your hips and your hamstrings. And we're going to work on this sensation of grounding now with our legs stretched out. Some of us have really tight hams, and we could take our blanket and place it underneath the backs of the knees. That can help you to stay seated a little more easily. So we're going to press those heels forward, toes back, engage your quads and feel your legs stretch out a little bit. And then we're just going to take a walk forward, placing a little more body weight, and then we'll feel the legs reaching down slightly. Again, that sensation of grounding through the sitting bones, through the legs. In this moment of awareness, do I need to go more or less, or am I just right? And then finding a breath here. Good, and then coming back up, we'll sit all the way up and see if we can bring our hands next to our hips right on the ground. Okay, so hands are pressing down, heels are reaching forward, and then we're sitting nice and strong through the sitting bones. So take a moment to feel this. Really be connected here to the ground. Breathe in and out. Now I'm going to invite us to bend the right knee, bring the right foot to touch the floor, and keep the left leg extended out. And then you're going to wrap the left elbow around the right knee and take the right hand behind your back. When we twist, it's from the middle back and upper back and the head if you like. But here I want you to stay really connected to your lower body while you twist. And then your breath. Just slow down and feel. Of course, your mind will wander into other things. That is normal. But we have a choice to bring the attention back to the practice. Okay, and let's start again in this neutral pose. So hands next to the hips, heels reaching forward, feeling again in neutral. Good, and then we bend the left. So we're not hurrying through this. Left foot down, right heel reaching forward. And then we're going to wrap around and come behind. Again in our twist. Nice and strong. You can feel the foot, you can feel the leg, and you're conscious of breathing. Good, and then turning back forward again. We can go ahead and stretch that leg out. Okay, and now we're going to take the bottoms of the feet together. Okay, you can bring your heels closer to your body, further away from your body. You can take blocks as supports for underneath your knees or little rolled up towels or books if it helps. Support's really important because when we feel supported, it's much easier to stay in the shapes. It's much easier to be present and aware of our breathing and the focus of our practice, which is grounding. So feeling the sitting bones rooting down, feeling the feet pressed together, let's go ahead and bring the hands forward on the ground. Keep the feet coming together, keep the seat reaching down, and reach your hands forward. Once you're where you're gonna stay, for a moment anyway, let your head start to round. If this hurts your back, you can just back off or look forward. So let's see what's happening. Only you know. Find another breath or two here. Try to feel your feet and your sitting bones, but relax through your abdomen, through your belly. This is a calming mechanism. Even feel your hands pressing down. So the thing is, we can use this as an antidote for a wandering mind, which we all have. Good. And let's go ahead and draw back now. Now we'll take hands under knees and bring our knees toward one another. We can walk our feet a little closer, press the feet down, and then wrap the arms and round the back. And while I'm silent, you're breathing and feeling. Good. All right, now let's unwind from this position. Let's come to a hands and knees position on our mat. So again, you could take a towel under your knees, but you want to feel your hands spread out on the mat, and then you want to feel the tops of your feet spread down into the floor. Once we've got that, you're going to have shoulders over wrists, knees under hips, and you're going to have a nice flat back. So draw your belly button in and up. And now I'm going to have you tuck your toes. So tucking your toes, and then we're going to send the hips a little bit back toward the heels. So you're going to feel your feet here, and that's the whole point. I want you to feel your toes, feel your feet. And then you're going to come back up. Feel your hands, feel your wrists, press down. And then again, come back. And then forward toward your hands. Come back into a neutral position. Untuck your toes. Good. Again, create a flat back here. Now, extend your right leg back behind you. So the right toes come to the floor and extend the right leg back. You could stop here, or you can lift the right toes up and practice staying grounded through the knee and the hands. The second option is to start to stretch your left arm forward and stay steady on your right hand and left knee. Now see if you can take a full breath in and out here. And then lower the hand and lower the knee. Okay, and then readjust your body. Sway from side to side a little bit. Okay, and then we'll extend our left leg back. So you can keep your left toes down to start, just to get the feel for this. Press through the hands, and then you can practice lifting your left toes. You could stay here, or you could start to reach your right arm forward. And then finding that sensation of grounding. Good. And then we're going to lower the hand and lower the knee. Bringing the knees a little bit wider on your mat, bringing your toes closer together. You're going to round up and then release your hips back toward your heels. This is child's pose. And here we're going to let the forehead melt down. The shoulders relax a bit here. So just kind of melting down here as much as you can. It's a little bit more of a resting pose. And if you can't do this, just make adjustments or skip it. Okay, you don't know until you get there. Good. One more moment here. If you can get your forehead on your hands or on the floor, you can just press the skin of your forehead. That's a little pressure point there. Helps to kind of settle the mind, bring some blood flow to the front part of your brain. And that is the part of your brain that makes rational decisions. All right. What we're going to do from here is bring ourselves up to a standing position. So we're going to come up and take a stand on our mat. Okay, so now we're going to be practicing grounding from a standing position. So you're going to bring your feet about hip distance apart on your mat. This is different for everyone. This is kind of the general instruction, but you could always go wider or you can come closer together. And as you do this, I want you to just sway from side to side, feeling one foot and then the other, just working its way into the floor. You can even close your eyes to do this. And then try to feel steady on both feet. So you're equally pressing 4 corners of your feet in the mat. We generally do yoga with bare feet so that we can really feel rooted and grounded and connected here. And then steady your body. And again, you may choose to bring your hands together. So we call this mountain pose. It's kind of the ultimate grounding pose. I'll invite you to close your eyes and feel your way into this if you're comfortable. So just feeling the way your feet are rooting down, your legs are strong. Your belly button is moving slightly inward to support your back, tailbone facing down. Your hands are pressing gently together to steady your upper body, and your shoulders are relaxed. And you're reaching up gently through the crown of your head. Your breath is moving freely. Now you may notice that you're wobbling a little bit. That's normal. But also notice how you can stay steady by pressing your feet and engaging your legs. So this pose reminds us to be strong, steady, unmovable. And we're going to keep that feeling in our legs as we move our upper body. We did this from a seated position. So we'll just start to reach our arms up, just reaching the arms up a little bit more, keeping the feet nice and steady. And then we'll exhale and move our arms out wide. We'll breathe in to bring the hands back together and breathe out to lower the hands, steadying the feet once again. Let's try that again. Breathing in to lift up, breathing out to open, breathing in to come back together, and breathing out to lower. And then feeling steady on both feet. Take a full breath in and out. Here now. Now let's add a posture to this. Breathing in, we lift up. Breathing out, we soften through the knees and come all the way down into fold. So soft knees protect the back. And here we'll feel a little bit more of the feet grounding as we relax through the spine. And then again, pressing through those roots, through the feet to steady you. See if you can roll up very slowly and reach your arms back up and together. And then bring your hands back together and feel both feet firmly on the ground. Let's try it again. Inhale, invitation only. Exhale, fold. Good, feeling the feet. Inhale, root to rise. This time, let's see if we can interlace the last 3 fingers, pressing thumb and first finger up. Staying really steady on the feet, we'll take palm tree, reaching right and left. Just feeling the feet as we move and sway. And then bringing the hands down. We relax into the shoulders, the face, and we find a breath in and out. You might imagine you're breathing from the bottoms of your feet all the way to the top of your head, and then all the way back down to feel your feet. You know you're right here in the present moment. And then let's take a peek down at the feet, making sure you've got the toes, second and third toes, pointing straight ahead. Good. And we're going to take a little deeper sit now. If you can, reaching your arms forward, and we'll sink back into the heels. So you're going to bend the knees and sink down into the feet. Now you can really feel the legs, the feet here. Okay, stay connected, feel it, and then press through the feet, lift up, and see if you can look up toward your hands. And then we'll try this again. Exhale and sink down, feel your feet. Maybe you come a little deeper, pressing and then lifting up. And one more if you are able, and that works. And then we'll exhale, and if you're up for it, a fold forward just to release tension from the shoulders, neck, or spine. Then pressing through those strong roots to lift you all the way back up. You might even feel comfortable looking up now. And then bringing the hands together and pausing to breathe. See how you're feeling. So let's take a check-in moment from a standing position. Calm and slow your breath. Start to sway and shift the weight toward your right foot. Now you want to open your eyes. Start to ground and press through the four corners of your right foot and see if you can lift your left foot up to any degree. Now give yourself a moment to steady on your right leg, and then maybe practice lifting your arms up. Don't judge your balance, right? We're just working on it, working on grounding. One of the best things you can do here is lower and feel both feet. Let your hands lower. It's almost like a smile. Oh yeah, I'm right back. Steady again on both feet. And then open your eyes and shift toward the left. Feel the four corners of the left engage and lift the right. And if you are feeling steady enough to lift the arms, this just kind of changes the center of gravity. It'll challenge your balance a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and lower the right foot and lower the hands again. Okay, open the eyes, sink into the right, lift the left. We're going to go a little faster this time. Lift the arms. Good, lower the foot, lower the hands, sink into the left, lift the right, lift the arms. Good. Lower the foot, lower the hands, take a breath. Maybe lift and lower the toes. Good. Now bring the hands to the waist, open the eyes. Take more space between the feet. So I'm going to come out pretty wide here. Toes pointing slightly inward, weight separating between the feet. So the weight comes apart to create the stability here. Okay, so you're going to press the tailbone down and you stand as tall as you're able to. And really feel steady in your legs. Feel that grounding sensation, that anchoring into the earth. Inhale, lift your arms about halfway up, and then you can go a little bit bigger into what we call star. Open your hands, maybe close your eyes if you're comfortable, and just feel this strong sense of grounding. Breathe as if you were breathing into your whole body. And then see if you can bring your left hand down and just reach your right arm up and over. Don't lift your feet up. Back off if you have to, and then lower the right and lift up through the left. Good. Reach both arms up now, hands coming together. Look up or not. Stay steady in the legs and then lower your hands to heart. If you're comfortable, start to come forward, hinging from your hips, and bring your hands down to the floor. You could use a block, books, and then let the crown of your head come down. Stay steady through your feet, through your legs, and see what it feels like to breathe here upside down. Good. Then press through your feet and lift halfway up. Then use those strong roots in your feet to pull all the way back up. Circle the arms and open up one last time into this great big star. So you might close your eyes here and just feel that sense of being really connected, but also really expansive and open. And then exhale and let your hands rest. Shoulders relax, soften through your knees, and then bring your feet together. Once your feet come back together, just take a moment and settle back in. And then we're going to return to our back again, the same place we began our class. So taking your time getting there, you might take a rolled up blanket, bolster, or even your blocks and place it underneath the backs of your knees. You're going to come down all the way onto your back again. This helps the back to ground down a little bit more. And then we're going to come and rest all the way down on the floor. As you come down and you get comfortable, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I'm going to invite you to feel your spine and allow your spine to sink deeper. Just imagine your spine can sink a little deeper than the rest of your body. Feel that sense of being held, supported, and grounded. When we recognize support and connection, it's easier to relax and let go. So see if you can relax your face and eyes, your shoulders and down your arms. Relaxing your chest and belly. Relaxing your hips. Relaxing down your legs. Relaxing your hands and feet. Relaxing the muscles around your spine, your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, the back of your head and neck. And allowing yourself now to relax. Knowing you can come back to this feeling of being anchored and grounded if you wander away. So this is just a place of being, a place of resting. And I'm watching the time, just allowing yourself to rest for another moment or two here. And see if you can begin to notice any effects of this practice of anchoring and grounding in your body with your breathing, with your gentle awareness. It's just good to be aware of what works, what doesn't work. Start to deepen your breath again. Taking a deeper inhalation, you can breathe out with a sigh. Just letting go of any leftover tension. We'll start to wiggle the fingers and toes just to be aware of the body a little bit more, aware of your space. You're always welcome to stay here, or you can start to bend your knees, feeling your feet against the floor, and then rolling again to your right to rest in fetal position. Close your eyes to take a mindful moment. Just knowing how you want to go forward from here. As you're ready, you can use a hand and help yourself back. Again, you can stay as long as you like in a restful position. Or you can come back and just bring your hands together to honor this practice, to honor this practice of grounding. And take this practice with you into the rest of your day. Thanks everyone for being here with me.